The punishment in the lake of fire is to be burned up. So the answer is it is not an endless punishment. I'm happy to tell you. And you will find who it is who goes in that lake of fire in chapter 19 of Revelation and verse 19. Easy to remember, 19:19. I saw the beast, that's the final evil political ruler, and the rulers of the earth, the kings of the earth, and their armies assembled to make war against Jesus, who's coming back sitting on his horse. And the beast, that's the political ruler, the bad time, the man of sin, and with him the false prophet, who is his sort of sidekick, deceiving people all over. That's the false prophet who performed miraculous signs, which were phony and fake, in the presence by which he deceived those who received the mark, whatever that turns out to be, the mark of the beast, and those who worship the image of the beast. These two, please note, these two personages, the beast and the false prophet, were thrown alive into the lake of fire, which burns with sulfur, with brimstone. And the rest were not thrown alive into that fire of sulfur or brimstone, but they were killed with a sword which came from the mouth of the one sitting on the horse, who is Jesus, and all the birds were filled with their flesh. So two are so wicked that they're thrown alive into that fire which will burn them up. You'll find in the 18th chapter of Revelation that burning is burning up. You have the destruction of Babylon, the great city, in Revelation 18, and it's said to be burned up, destroyed. So that fire is positively not an ongoing, ceaseless torture. There is no such thing in the Bible. The worst fate you can undergo, and it's a terrible fate to be avoided at all costs, is to be burned up in the lake of fire. As far as I know, and our listeners can correct me if I'm wrong, there's no resurrection or return to life from the lake of fire. And so later on, you'll find that other people are thrown into that lake of fire where the false prophet and the beast had been thrown, is the right translation. They weren't still there, they'd been burned up. But in the same lake of fire, later on, there are other candidates for that lake of fire, and they're thrown into the lake of fire as the beast and the false prophet had been thrown, and then they will be eternally non existent and not able, I think, to be resurrected from that very unhappy condition.